Simple English. No confusion.
Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to discuss about the basics of cloud. The slide presented in the video shows the quick facts and data growth estimates. It is expected that the data will grow till 175 zettabyte by the year 2025. But in reality, I suspect that we should have already crossed that mark. Do you ever thought how data will grow? In current data-driven world, we need historical data to predict the future. Let us take an example. You are trying to purchase an item online in an e-commerce store. Let's say you are searching for a mobile phone. Have you ever seen this? Even after closing that e-commerce web page, you will receive advertisements regarding your product that you have searched before. So Google will collect your search history and provide it to the marketing companies. The marketing companies will campaign the products by customizing them according to the customer search history, so that the customer will trend to purchase the product. So this is amazing, right? Even artificial intelligence also consumes your historical data, and then only it will be able to answer your questions. Also, to predict the future, artificial intelligence also needs to analyze the historical data. So that is the importance of the data. So by looking at these facts, starting your career in the data side or even switching your career into the data side will definitely help you out in your professional growth. So consider this as one of my suggestion and try to start your career into the data side by learning these new technologies like Snowflake. Basically, we do not require to learn cloud to excel Snowflake. Cloud works behind the screen in Snowflake, and we normally use cloud staging to land our data. As there is some involvement of cloud, so let us learn some of the cloud concepts and explore the basics of cloud. If you check the slide, from 2018 there is an exponential growth of public cloud usage. So what kind of data is stored there? Nowadays, the data which you are storing in your Gmails or the videos that you are saving in your Instagram, all your personal data is getting stored in the public cloud. The overall consumer data storage has gone down and the cloud usage ramped up like anything. However, the enterprise data is getting stored in the same level. So this clearly shows that the overall usage of the cloud has been exponentially increased from 2018, and the cloud is the next place where the data is going to get stored, and there is really the need of learning some basics of the cloud. Now let us see the characteristics of cloud computing. So there are 5 characteristics that mainly we need to look into. So one is on-demand self-service, broad network access, resource pooling, rapid elasticity, and measured services. Let's go one by one. So on-demand self-service. No human intervention needed to get resources. Previously, when we are following a traditional approach, we used to purchase those resources and we used to store them somewhere, and some human intervention is always needed to either upgrade those resources or utilize those resources. Nowadays, there is no human intervention that is needed. You demand and they supply. So the next one is broad network access, which means access from anywhere. You can access your cloud services from anywhere, either from your mobile, from your office laptop, or from your personal laptop. The only thing what you require is an Internet Explorer, and you can log into your cloud and you can utilize those resources from anywhere of the world. The third one is resource pooling, provide shares resources to the customers. So this is the sharing your resources with your customers, which will reduce your overall burden. The fourth one is rapid elasticity, which means get more resources quickly as needed. So whenever you require more space or whenever you require more resources, the thing what you can do is like just order it for it, and there is nearly infinity space that is available in cloud where you can utilize accordingly. The last characteristics of cloud computing is measured service, which is pay only for what you consume. This became a revolution. The cloud became a revolution because of this particular character. So you pay only for what you consume. Let's say I am going to purchase 1 terabyte of space. I will pay for only 1 terabyte space. And in future, my requirements got increased and I want 1.5 terabyte of space. So I can easily increase my data and I will pay only for 1.5 terabyte. And then because of some reasons I want to decrease the space again and I will go to zero point 0.5 tera data size, so then I will pay only for 0.5 terabytes. So this feature has become an instant hit in the small scale industries. So now the small scale industries don't need to purchase larger spaces or larger resources and keep them aside when they are not using. They will pay only for what they are going to use. And because of this feature, cloud became an instant hit in the market. All small scale industries started migrating into cloud services because of this particular feature. So these are all the 5 characteristics that we need to look into as the basics of cloud. Now let us look into the deployment models of the cloud. So there are 4 deployment models that are being followed. They are public, private, hybrid and community. So all available cloud services which are like AWS, Azure and GCP are all considered or will have all these 4 deployment models. And the public cloud is nothing but which is available for the normal public or the general public. And coming to the second one, which is private. So the private is nothing but the organization has its own cloud. So it will have its authentications and it will have its authorizations where only some particular group of members will be able to access those cloud services. So normally all multinational companies or small scale industries or all these enterprise level data is stored in private clouds. So the general public will not have access to the private clouds and they cannot browse them. Only the persons who has been granted accesses to access those private clouds will be able to log into them and they can look or they can able to save their data in it. So all the companies or enterprises will utilize this private cloud. Now coming to the hybrid deployment model, it is nothing but the combination of a public cloud and also the private cloud. Some companies like I think YouTube is also using hybrid cloud. And finally, the community deployment model where the organization share cloud with other organization with similar interests, so to reduce the overall costs. So if a person is having 2 companies, he can utilize the same resources for both companies, so he can reduce the overall cost. So with this, I am closing this video and from tomorrow we will see more on Snowflake.